These 55 Mother Nature moments ought to give you nightmares for an eternity. Number 55. There is nothing as scary as seeing gallons upon gallons of water heading your way. These floods not only carried vehicles parked in the streets, but also flooded buildings in Japan. It's a terrifying scene seeing the water jump over the banks and flow seamlessly into the city. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Number 54. It's all fun and games at the beach until Mother Nature decides to join in. In this case, the villagers are extremely horrified when a tsunami invades their town, bringing about a massive wave. Three of the men decide to battle against the waves so as to save their cart. For a minute, it seems as if they will not make it, but they are lucky enough to transverse through. Mother Nature was a lot friendlier at that time. Number 53. Imagine waking up to the sound of hailstones hitting your roof non-stop. This is what happened, leading to people speculating that Mother Nature was out to get them. These hailstones are big enough to create holes in any weak roof. Number 52. These motorists found themselves in a tight spot when a flash flood appeared and covered the road. While the waters were not as aggressive, they still occupied a huge part of the road and surrounding environment, causing traffic to stall on both sides. There were several cars that tried racing against the flood, but it was a very scary moment for those watching. Number 51. Have you ever seen flash flood debris? Because this is something Mother Nature reserves for a few. Everything seemed okay by this bridge, but then a huge sea of debris suddenly reached the dry riverbed. Number 50. Picture yourself driving near a mountainous road, then all of a sudden, a landslide happens.
Spingere, cavalli! Spingere! Guarda che là c'è l'acqua sotto! Fiume!
A tree slowly slides off the mountain and lands into a river somewhere in Pakistan. Makes you wonder, how does that even happen? Number 49. Greenland is a great place to visit if you love ice and icebergs. However, sometimes Mother Nature might do this. A ripple effect caused by the wave brings so much water to the shore that it could be dangerous for anyone standing too close. Number 48. This riverbed in a small Swiss town appeared dry when all of a sudden the unimaginable happened. Just imagine the force the flood yields and the damage it will leave in its wake. Number 47. Mother Nature takes on another role as she decides to rightfully reclaim what is hers.
As the waters swirled, the trees began to slip below the surface until they were completely consumed. The sinkhole is believed to have been created when an underground salt dome cavern collapsed earlier in the month. The hole is estimated to be 25 acres wide and growing. Local residents have been asked to have...
The moment this sinkhole in Louisiana swallows those trees is terrifying. But what's even more scary is the fact water level never rises or drops. It's as if one minute the trees were there, then the next, they weren't. Scratch that. It looks as if the 20-plus trees never existed at all. Number 46. This driver was pulling up to his driveway amidst a terrible hailstorm in Sydney, Australia. The hailstones were so huge that this windscreen got noticeable dents courtesy of them.
We're losing glass! We are losing some glass!
The woman tried opening the door, but the wind outside made her reconsider her choice. That day, Mother Nature decided that she would bring her fury right onto their doorstep. Number 45. Everything seems calm, and this river has a little bit of water flowing away. But what happens next is something truly terrifying. From up above, a stream of debris and water rushes down that tiny river, quickly overflowing its banks. This leaves you lightheaded just watching it from a screen. Imagine seeing it live. Number 44. Beach days are without a doubt some of the best days ever, but this event is bound to make you stay clear of the beach for a few years. Near a popular beach spot in California, this happened. Rocks slide onto the beach, leaving behind a trail of destruction showing just how catastrophic it would have been if someone got in the way. Number 43. This poor donkey thought he was out to drink some water as usual, only this time, something truly horrifying happened. A flash flood quickly headed toward the poor animal, causing him to run as fast as his poor legs would carry him. Thankfully, he managed to escape the floodwaters unscathed. Number 42. Despite the weather forecast warnings, some people decided that going to the beach was a great idea in Florida. So what if it is gloomy and dark clouds are rising? Well, Mother Nature is not one to be outshone, so she sent a tornado their way.
It's coming for the shore. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that.
As the tornado gains momentum, people scramble to save their tents and belongings, but fortunately, it lost power just after a few seconds, thus resulting in no serious injuries. Number 41. A close call is what these guys had. They had parked near a dry riverbed, perhaps waiting to take pictures or admire nature. But a few seconds later, they heard and saw the unmistakable. a rubble of a flash flood. One of the men ran for his life, while the other got in his SUV in a race against Mother Nature. Luckily, the driver managed to outrace the flood, while the other man climbed on the riverbank, leaving both men unscathed. Number 40. Sandstorms are without a doubt one of the most terrifying natural moments. This sandstorm made its way slowly yet viciously up the Egyptian Suez Canal, leaving visibility very low. Clear air transformed into a sea of sand so dense you couldn't see an inch for your life. Number 39. If you think hailstones are crazy, wait until you see this. It is the stuff that nightmares are made of. These huge stones in Mexico hit different roofs and jumped up a few meters due to the amount of force as they dropped. Number 38. This woman decides that it is a good idea to stand on her balcony and film as strong winds rip through her city in Romania. However, she quickly realizes that this might not have been a bright idea. Amidst the chaos of objects being tossed around by the wind, fearing she might be next, she quickly rushes back into the safety of her home, realizing that nature is no joke. Number 37. When Mother Nature decides that she wants to take a visit, there is nothing anyone can do. This can be very well seen as this monstrous storm leaves destruction on the small U.S. island of Guam. Palm trees have fallen on parked cars. What is even more terrifying is that the winds were strong enough to rip a car's bonnet into shreds. This is not the type of storm that lulls you to sleep. You have to be awake in case something bad happens, like a tree falling on your roof. Number 36. This family's vacation in the small city of Mahayhay in the Philippines turned into horror after Mother Nature decided to join in the fun. The first few photos show the family enjoying a beautiful swim by the waterfall, but all of a sudden, this happens. The weather turns, and the small waterfall becomes a giant river. It is so flooded that water reaches the sitting area and the structures around it. Fortunately, no one was caught in the storm or the raging waters. Number 35. Sometimes Mother Nature decides to send something else your way. In this Swiss town, that thing was a mudslide. Within minutes, this happened. As the mud accumulated, it destroyed any structures in its way. While no one was hurt, this woman could not believe what had happened in mere seconds. Number 34. The wind is good, right? Well, this brave soul got to witness how scary wind can be, especially with a small boost from Mother Nature in the state of North Carolina. In a few minutes, the winds rip out the roof and bring with them a large number of debris, leaving it all at the man's compound. Fortunately, the winds were a few meters away from his location, but he is bound to remember this horrifying incident for a while. Number 33. This rock formation looks like something straight out of a horror movie. And sure enough, the rocks start falling off onto the highway and onto a river with a mighty splash. The sound, the noise, the rumble, it is all deathly terrifying. No one will be using this road in the foreseeable future, that's for sure. Number 32. Imagine taking a walk down a river when all of a sudden the ground gives out and a massive chunk of it decides to help with river formation. That right there is so scary, especially in a river that seems to be so deep. Number 31. Unlike certain situations where nature seems to happen in an instant, sometimes it carries on, leaving people scared for hours. This strong hailstorm in an unknown location in Europe is so strong that it'd be a nightmare to be trapped in it. The stones are sizable, with the wind making it dangerous should one hit you. Number 30. This flash flood is so rigorous that it quickly demolishes a bridge without losing its momentum. As it continues down the hill, it is evident that it will destroy anything in its path. Number 29. Ever hear of a cloudburst? This is a sudden, intense burst of rainfall in a very specific area. A group of villagers got to witness a cloudburst right before their eyes. But then what happened next is unclear. But it seemed like Mother Nature decided to terrify them and leave them scarred for life. Number 28. In the small town of Ruidoso in the state of New Mexico, flash floods make their presence known in a very violent manner. As they carry away the roof of this house in Upper Canyon, you can clearly see the water is full of debris and moving at a very fast pace, flooding homes and causing chaos. Number 27. These 3 Indians take it upon themselves to sift through floodwaters and check whether the rail is clear. Mother Nature had unleashed a flood fury on this town, making the rail impassable. Fortunately, the waters were not too deep or aggressive, just really annoying. Number 26. In the small town of Kulu in India, the unimaginable happened to some apartments when in a matter of seconds, this happened. Imagine losing your place just because it was built too close to a body of water. This is the sad reality for those tenants as their building collapses in mere seconds. Number 25. In an unknown location in India, a small landslide happens near what seems to be a lake when amazingly, this happens. A palm tree, caught in the middle, was pushed off its original spot. There is fear from those watching as it seems as if the tree will fall in their direction. However, quite amazingly, the palm tree simply changes position and remains just as upright, transforming a scary situation into a moment of awe. Number 24. In an unknown location in the country of India, a driver seems to be stuck in the debris of some road, frantically attempting to free his little car. At first, the motive was not clear, but then this happened. A colossal flood was just a few seconds away, moving at high speeds. As the flood made its way through the streets, the man was already on his way to safety, essentially sparing his life by a few seconds. Number 23. Nothing is as frustrating as when Mother Nature gets in the way and causes more damage than expected. The driver of this truck in India learned that lesson the hard way. It seems as if his truck went off the road and an excavator was called in to help drag it back to the road. However, Mother Nature had other plans, and in one swift move, this happened. The earth gave in, and a landslide dragged the truck to a gorge below. It's reported with the help of the nearby villagers, the driver and the handyman both managed to get out and thus resulted unscathed. Of course, the same can't be said for the truck. Number 22. Residents of Buffalo, New York, were horrified when what seemed like a tornado made contact with the ground and started throwing everything in its path.
Holy cow, what is happening?
Oh my God! That's.
Yeah, you gotta send this to the news.
Wow! Oh my God! It tore the roof. It just tore the roof off.
However, it was later revealed that this wasn't actually a tornado, but a water spout coming out of a nearby lake. This phenomenon tends to be quite rare, happening every decade or so. Thankfully, regardless of the roaring winds and chaos, no residents were injured, only shook. Number 21. While on a drive in the Canadian province of Saskatchewan near the small city of Darcy, this man spotted a tornado a few miles away. What shocked him was that this was a rope tornado, the longest he had ever seen. Number 20. A man decides to stop to take in a rare sight originating from the mountains in Montana. What seems to be a huge ongoing tornado leaves him in awe. I guess it's the closest thing we'll see to a snownado. Number 19. In the small village of Pilger, Nebraska, in 2014, a man by the name of Ricky was out storm chasing when he managed to get some of the most terrifying footage on record. A huge EF4 tornado was in full action, darkening the sky and causing millions in damages. Turns out, this tornado was not the only one, but part of a tornado outbreak that in total caused not just one, but two EF4 tornadoes to hit the state of Nebraska and multiple others across the Great Northern Plains throughout the next 2 days. Thankfully, Ricky and his truck managed to escape the situation with no injuries whatsoever. Number 18. They say when a tornado appears to stay in the same place, that's usually due to the fact that it's heading right at you. Well, that's exactly what happened momentarily with this family in the city of Branson, Missouri. The video starts with a woman desperately attempting to place a barrel from the property's front porch, a golf course to be exact, to an indoor area. Makes you wonder if there were any gold coins inside that barrel.
Come inside. Get in. Let's go. Come on. Don't worry about them doors.
Despite causing damage to trees, flipping over golf carts, and even the nearby airport losing power, no injuries were reported. So, safe to say this could have gone a lot worse. Number 17. In an unknown location in the state of Oklahoma, storm chaser Jordan Hall was in the midst of intercepting a tornado while at the same time flying a drone to capture the action. While within what Jordan described as a tank of a vehicle, he put the vehicle in park as the tornado slowly crept up on him and his team from the front.
Here we go! Drop down! Drop down! Windows up! We're in it! We're in it! We're in the tornado! Hold on! Hold on, guys! Hold on! What is thanks? Here's popping! Let's go! Here's the street!
For a few seconds, it looked as if they were inside a generous EF1 tornado, capturing the rapid change of movements from the wind. In the end, everything was clear once again, with all men being in no danger. It was a clear, fun adrenaline rush as they screamed in joy, but also an important reminder to never try this with your own vehicle. Number 16. In the small city of Mustang in Oklahoma, a man by the name of Matthew was like everybody else, celebrating the 4th of July with mankind's own lighting show. Fireworks, of course. However, what was not expected is Mother Nature to put on her own firework display when this happened. Lightning bolts struck the background sky of the neighborhood, lighting up the entire sky along with the fireworks, making for a very stunning and unforgettable 4th of July. Number 15. In the city of Mankato, Minnesota, an eroding riverbank near a dam was under immense stress until it wasn't.
Oh my.
The collapsed house was owned by the family of a woman by the name of Jenny Barnes, who was devastated by the loss of her childhood home. It's said that the dam, properly known as the Rapidan Dam, was built way back in 1910. It was officially recognized in a state of disrepair by the county due to the flooding which occurred in 2019 and 2020. It was said by many residents of the city it was only a matter of time before it gave out, after the dam was left without a hydropower operator. However, thankfully, there were no injuries reported within the incident. Number 14. Imagine being trapped in a car with hailstones the size of golf balls falling hard on your vehicle. For some reason, it seemed like Mother Nature had a vendetta against this man, because that's exactly what happened to him. As this man was driving, assumingly on some sort of road trip through Europe, his adventure came to a halt in the country of Austria when this happened. The entire ordeal lasted about 5 minutes, but in the end, he was left with a heavily damaged Audi sedan, but thankfully no injuries whatsoever to him or the reported 30 other individuals involved in this freak storm. Hope he has good insurance. Number 13. California is a place known for its sunny, warm days, lots of beaches, mountainous terrains, Rodeo Drive, and wildfires. You see, in Forest Ranch, California, Mother Nature decided to unleash hell as this unfolded. On a Wednesday afternoon, a fire ignited, expanding to a whopping 120,000 acres in a single day. This caused huge clouds of smoke to rise, and by Friday, an astonishing 164,000 acres were affected. But what's worse, only 3% of the fire had been contained. Somewhere, during the process of the fire burning, a fire tornado was spotted by an unknown U.S. Forest Service law enforcement officer patrolling the area. In the aftermath, many residences were burned to a crisp. But on the bright side, the culprit, a man by the name of Ronnie Dean Stout, was arrested as he began the fire by pushing a burning car into a ravine. Thankfully, everyone managed to evacuate on time, and there were no reported injuries, or worse. Number 12. Near the small town of Lyman, Colorado, a storm chaser was en route to check out a storm system that was up ahead when he decided to stop and take in the weather. That's when this happened. Small lightning strikes, followed by huge potent lightning, struck just a mere 100 feet from him. The lightning bolt emerged with so much force the sound is a cheap copy compared to the sound one would hear that close up to a lightning bolt. After the occurrence, the man decided to move from the area. Smart decision, if you ask me. Number 11. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a group of women were in awe as they looked out of their apartment building. To their surprise, this was unfolding before them.
Should I go downstairs? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Screams and panic followed as the unexpected EF0 tornado played with the docked boats before miraculously disappearing right before reaching the bridge. It was reported the tornado reached maximum winds of 80 miles per hour and was on the ground for a total of 1.5 miles. Although there were no reported injuries of individuals, minor damage to trees, roofs, and power lines were present via winds in the 60 to 70 mile per hour range. Number 10. Texas is known as a popular hotspot for many movers to the state. With this, of course, comes much construction underway to accommodate people by building new housing. Well, unfortunately for anyone that was looking to reside in the small town of Willis, Texas, just outside of Houston, this happened.
Oh, there it goes. It
Oh
went.
my
I told
God.
You. I told you.
Oh my God. You got it on video. Oh my God.
I told you that was going to happen.
Oh my God. Here, let me call you back. I'll call you back.
A strong derecho, also known as a very strong straight-line windstorm, hit the house with a force strong enough to knock over its wooden foundation. Cheap building material or outrageously strong winds? You decide. Number 9. In an unknown location in Pakistan, a bystander recorded what could only be described as an intense rockfall. Large stones and rocks flow continuously down a mountain stream. Although this is much rarer than seeing the typical water flooding through the stream, these types of rockfalls could be caused by heavy rainfall or seismic activity beforehand. Number 8. In an unknown state, this woman records power flashes from a distance, a sign the tornado has made contact with the ground.
Oh my god!
As the footage plays, it's clear the supercell isn't heading left or right, meaning the storm was heading right towards her. But what's a little more unsettling is a comment she made when posting the video, stating how it was over her house in just 5 minutes. Thankfully, no injuries were reported by her or other sources. Number 7. In the small rural area of Bloomington, Michigan, a man is filming from inside his home the horrors of the fierce winds just outside his door, when suddenly this happens.
We're getting some weather here. Holy crap! There goes the trampoline. Goodbye. And whatever else that thing was. Goodbye. A tree or something. Glad the house isn't damaged. Well, hopefully.
A half-serious, half-almost comedic incident occurs when the man's trampoline, which was not tied down, decided to say farewell, along with what seems to be a large tree branch. The man expresses his relief by at least acknowledging his house wasn't a victim of the damage. Or so he hopes.
Well, hopefully.
Number 6. The city of Malibu, California, is usually associated with luxurious real estate, beaches, high-end shops, but definitely not mudslides. So when a California Highway Patrol officer stumbled upon this, he was definitely surprised.
Tunnel. You can see it's completely blocked.
So it's still coming up right here.
After several atmospheric river storms soaked Southern California with historic rainfall, a large mudslide sent various boulders crashing down onto a canyon road, creating this scary scenario. It was reported a single car was damaged in the overnight slide. Thankfully, however, no injuries whatsoever were declared. Number 5. In an unknown location in Texas, a violent hailstorm makes itself present as this homeowner, panicked with fear, decided to record the event. It was said various parts of the state, such as Fort Worth and Vigo Park among others, reported hail as big as the size of grapefruits, along with a few unconfirmed tornadoes. Luckily, this storm caused no injuries, only panic. Number 4. You've heard of a tornado. That's old news. But have you ever seen a snow-nado? As the name suggests, it's made up of snow, and it's a sight to see. While technically not classified as a tornado, but rather a microburst, these rare sights, when they do happen, offer bystanders an amazing visual, sending out chilling winds. Number 3. In the country of Guatemala, near the city of Antigua, lies a volcano by the name of Acatenango. A man by the name of Derek jumped off his motorcycle, and as soon as he hit record, this happened. In a moment that felt almost magical, rounds of lightning almost resembling a plasma ball struck all at once, illuminating the Guatemalan sky. A surreal experience for the human eye. Number 2. A man with his family is filming a strong windy storm in an unknown state. As the winds reach a maximum speed of up to 120 miles per hour, this happens.
This is easy 100-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, our tree's gone! We lost 2 trees! Both. Our front yard is gone.
Realizing the terrifying sight, the man exclaims how his backyard is gone, with trees, mailbox, and whatever else not yet seen have been destroyed. Thankfully, there were no reported injuries but the fallen material outdoors. Makes you think just how unpredictable nature is, with the wind slowing down and then picking back up meaner than ever. For a minute, it seems as if the wind is slowing down, but it comes right back again and takes 2 trees down. How scary is that? Number 1. In the small city of Cannon Beach, Oregon, a local visitor staying at a nearby hotel, known as the Ecola Inn, got the shock of his life when this happened.
Well, I think they got wet, but they probably were able to get off.
Oh, there were some people down there?
Yeah. They were walking here right below the wall.
Oh, I
And
see
they
where
went.
she fell.
Oh, you really?
She's crouched down
Oh.
on all fours and she is soaked.
An unexpected sneaker wave, a wave that is, as its name suggests, unexpected, but more large and powerful than the surrounding waves, makes an appearance, taking a few people that were down on the beach with them. By the grace of God, none of them suffered any injuries whatsoever, but of course were shaken by what just happened and probably very cold. What makes this event even more dangerous is the driftwood logs present, as they are very heavy and can easily crush someone in a surge like this one. In this occasion, this wasn't the case, but one thing's for sure, the people in the background sure had a hell of a show. I'm sure they were glad they were on higher ground. As a reminder, never turn your back on Oregon beaches. If you thought these moments in Mother Nature were bad, then these 50 other natural disasters ought to alarm you even more.